Hi everyone, this is Tan from Artemis Oracle. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. I want to see what messages you need to know at this time. It's for your highest and greatest good. Let's see what the collective needs to know. The Six of Wands. It's about success. Even overcoming certain challenges or obstacles. Let's see. If you're new here, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I hope you can hear me. We got the Nine of Cups, which is indicating some sort of wish fulfillment, feeling emotionally satisfied and content. Then we have the Queen of Cups coming out too. So some of you may be a water sign or have a water sign in your chart. It's Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Let me get more cards and then I'll move on with the reading. Wow, we have Capricorn energy. Oh, well, I just started. Hi, Teresa. So we have the Devil card showing up. Some of you may have Capricorn in your chart. Some of you could have been dealing with a situation where there could have been some sort of toxicity. I'm not sure what. Maybe some of you are struggling with so sort of addictions, attachments, habits, limited thinking, where you feel like you're trapped or bound to something or someone. So we have the Nine of Cups with the Two of Cups. So some of you, your wish fulfillment could be coming true, or it's something that you would love to have, which is a Two of Cups dynamic. It could be someone who you consider a friend, someone who shares the same energy as you, matches your energy despite you being different. You may share something in common, but with the Queen of Cups and the Lovers, some of you may be making a choice to commit to love, commit to yourself, commit to a lover's dynamic, commit to a relationship, commit to someone. But it could be committing to something that you really care about, that you really do feel emotionally connected to, with the Lovers and the Two of Cups. And I love when these two cards come out. I mean, it could be partnering with somebody else, but it could just be partnering with the right opportunity that may be coming towards you. We got the Hierophant with the Judgment. So some of you maybe reviving something, bringing something back to life, maybe going back to learning, going back to school, back to something, something where you were learning. You maybe going back to religion, probably one. It could be a relationship too, like if it's a romantic relationship. Some of you may be wanting to recommit to someone, revive a relationship that may have fizzled or may have gone through some sort of challenges, because we have the Judgment card, and that's like a revival. So some of you may be reviving, you know, a commitment, or reviving a connection, or maybe you're reviving to something that you're maybe committing to, something that you revived that was wish fulfillment from the past. If it's not a love relationship, it could be some type of thing you were doing before that maybe you had to stop doing, but now you're wanting to go back to it. With the Page of Wands, it could be something that's has to do with your creativity, where you get to explore, you get to learn, you get to play, you get to have fun. But it's like you're starting from scratch with the Ace of Pentacles showing up. You know? Hi, Ethel. So, yeah, some of you could be returning to something brand new, starting from scratch, setting down roots. But I think some of you may have reservations, probably because if this is something that you've experienced from the past, it may have crashed and burned. This is something that you could have been doing, and every time you attempted to do it, it didn't go well. You always miss the target, but this time around, you might hit the target. You might hit the target. So we have the Hierophant is Taurus, Judgment is Scorpio, the Lovers is Gemini, and we have the Devil, which is Capricorn. So yes, like whatever new thing you're maybe going towards, that's like a passion, like that's you're passionate about, or someone you're passionate about. There may have been something in the past that interfered with it. Maybe it was the wrong environment. Maybe it was the wrong type of dynamic, wrong supervisor, wrong environment. It could be wrong connection that you put a lot of time and energy towards, right? But now it's like it's getting the balance. The scales are balancing. Like things are going to be improving. You're going to be seeing some sort of fairness or justice with this new beginning, with this new regrounding, I want to say. Where it's gonna lead to some sort of abundance. Before, if you experienced like any lack you may have experienced, that's gonna be a thing of the past. You're no longer gonna feel like you're lacking or missing out on something, or even feeling, if it's a romantic relationship, feeling abandoned or feeling alone. Okay. So I'll get some more cards. I'm going to take these two out. So Libra came out as well with the 10 of Pentacles and the 5. I'm going to leave that here. So I'm going to use Oracle cards now. We have Emperor at the bottom too. So Aries energy, boss energy, taking charge energy, taking the reins energy. Okay, let's see. I'm going into the Answer Oracle to see what this could be about. This card, this deck isn't like any, it's not specific. It doesn't have a specific thing or anything in it. Thank you, Ethel. Let's see. Got flexible and memories. So it could be tied to something from the past, something that you've done in the past, where if you've experienced some sort of failure, like we saw the 9 of Wands showing up, you've learned from those lessons. You're taking the lessons with you and you're moving forward. It says old acquaintances, old debts, recollection and prejudice, but flexible, bend but not break, shift with grace. Some of you are even changing your perspective because maybe you were looking at a certain situation from biased eyes or from a biased viewpoint, and now you're starting to look at things more differently and taking a more flexible, adaptable approach to something rather than being rigid and even controlling, which is the Emperor. You know, the Emperor does have a lot of power and authority. He does have a lot of control, But I think it's a matter of where are you putting that control? Is it more with discipline or trying to control an outcome or a situation? We got countryside and then eternity. It's so funny because when I was doing the pre-shuffle, I saw these two cards. So some of you, it says aquaculture, irrigation, harvesting event. Eternity, immortality, frozen infinity, curse. You know, like if for some of you, if there was, were any toxicity in whatever the situation could be, and it could be even within yourself, there may have been some sort of, it kind of kept you stuck. Maybe stuck in a loop, repeating the same thing over and over again. And it probably caused some sort of delays. And with the countryside, I know it shows countryside. Some of you may live in the country. Some of you may live by the countryside. You know, some of you may live like in anywhere there where there's a lot of fields, like wheat fields, farming, Midwest, you know, those agricultural states in the U.S. or throughout the world. I'm not going to waste my time trying to list them all because I don't know them all. But it's anywhere where you would see a lot of fields. It doesn't necessarily have to be like farming or anything, but somewhere where there's a lot of open land, open space, where there's fields. But aside from what the card is depicting and what the theme is, it does say aquaculture. And when I looked that up, it talks about like irrigation. And irrigation, aquaculture is like this system where they basically find a way to water the plants where you could do it like automatically. It's kind of like a sprinkler system, but for land in a way, but it's more for farming. But I also looked at it. Irrigation, it said irrigation has to do with like cleansing, purifying, and purify was one of the other cards I saw at the bottom of this deck while I was doing the pre-shuffle. So some of you like could be purifying, cleansing yourself of any toxicity. That could have been like a blockage, you know, and this is what's allowing you to be a little bit more flexible about what it is that you're working towards. Something that is a wish fulfillment, something that makes you feel good and fulfills you emotionally. You feel like it's something that aligns with you. It could even be within a relationship too, because it could be with work, it could be with career, it could be with family, it could be with relationships. So I'm trying to keep this broad. And the bottom says seek guidance, help, miracle. For some of you, you may have relied on your faith in God, angels, universe, spirit, to help you through this process, to navigate like this transition that some of you may have been going through. Let me see if anything else comes out. Let me see if anything else comes out. Chaos, solo. Okay, instability, unrest, unpredictability, corruption. Solo's core figure, action, leader, lone hero. So some of you, there may have been a lot of chaos in the situation. You decide the category: love, career, family, personal, like you're within yourself. Some of you may have experienced some sort of unrest, a lot of disruptions, chaos, things not going your way, things possibly breaking down, failures, losses. But I think that some of you may have had to take time to yourself so that you can evaluate everything that you've experienced along the way. Some of you may find that for some of you, you may think that it's better to be by yourself so that you can avoid these types of situations, because like they say more money, more problems, but sometimes I think, you know, and some of you may think this too, more people, more problems, you know, because there's a lot of opposing opinions, and it requires compromise, communication. And if people aren't on the same page, then it creates chaos. It creates a lot of restrictions, blockages, and it doesn't really allow things to flow. So some of you may have taken that approach where you feel like you're better off alone Like the song, do you think you're better off alone? And sometimes you need to be by yourself. If you're going through some internal turmoil, internal chaos that you need to, you know, go through, see what needs to be decluttered, what needs to be released, what needs to be cleansed, what needs to be healed. The bottom, terrific. Fantastic result, greatness, great moments. I feel like with some of you doing this, this is where you're going to be reaping the rewards, where you're going to be seeing a wish fulfillment. And if it's in with a relationship too, some of you may meet someone who you feel is terrific, like a terrific partner, a terrific friend, a terrific lover, a terrific husband or wife to be. Anything else? Gossip, rumors, speculation, slander. The toxicity could be what that, the devil card could be gossip. Gossip could have been something that was creating certain blockages, especially if you were engaging with it too, you know. Gossip implies a communication. Sometimes when you hear certain things, especially things that aren't really true, they could cause you to start to worry, to become anxious. So that could be something too. And you needed to really take time, like maybe like you need to like take a break from something, figure out who your true friends are, who you should trust, who you shouldn't trust. That may not resonate with everybody. Okay. Anything else? Bell, call, warn, wake up signals. So some of you could have got some sort of sign, synchronicity, something that helped enlighten you, made you realize, allow things to become more clear. Like you gained some sort of clarity. And it makes sense if you feel like if you will experience a lot of chaos, and you took time to yourself, it allowed you to, like I said, like go through the crap, see what you need to keep and what you don't need to keep. Some of you, it could be information, misinformation that you may be, that's allowing you to see things for what it is rather than be clouded by things that may not even be true. And then you got evolution, transformation, reinvent, new beginning. When you start to see things clearly, you gain the clarity that you needed. This is where the evolution begins for you. This is where you see things change. You know, you see yourself changing. You see yourself opening up. Transformation, reinvent, new beginnings. So some of you, like if you were experiencing financial issues or issues when it comes to feeling like there was, you know, having a scarcity mindset, whether it's with finances, anything in your life, you're within your home, within yourself, within your relationship, that's going to be changing because you're going to be starting to value yourself. You're starting to see your value. And it could be a change within a relationship too, where someone may be seeing your value, you know. And remember, when we're in a relationship or any type of partnership, we bring our own shit, right? Our own Five of Pentacles, and they bring their own Five of Pentacles. And this is where we get the Ten of Pentacles. Because, oh, this is funny because it's reminding me of the reading I did earlier today with that song where the singer was saying that I know we have our problems. You bring yours and I'll bring mine. We'll spend time putting them together, you know. So that may resonate with you. If what I just said resonates with you, you should probably check out that reading I did earlier today. Speeding, surge, flow, addiction. Look at this, speeding with the Eight of Wands. Things will be happening very quickly. You know, things, you know, the blockages are going to be moved. The toilet's going to be unclogged. The hair is going to be drained out of the sink. Things are going to start to flow and may flow very quickly. Because of this change, because of this enlightenment. Like, I feel like some of you, the gossip could be not only with communication, information from other people or from different sources, like say the news or wherever you're getting your information, right? But then it could also be the way you're thinking too. Because when you think of gossip, it's usually not a positive, it's not positive. And even the way you talk to yourself is communication. The way you communicate with yourself is, so it could be the things that you're saying to yourself, things that you believe that you start to see are not really true. Painting, telling a story, conveying emotion, decorating, shaping. Like the stories that you could have been telling yourself. See, and look at that, the eye. Sometimes the stories you tell yourself, you start to see that they aren't true. Some of you, it could be about dating. It's like connections, romance, love. It's funny, speed. You know, speed painting, speed dating. I know there's one of my subscribers, Shantae, she's going to do a speed dating. So, that's interesting. I think some of you are going to be in this better place where you're going to be ready to take a risk. This is also one of the cards I saw during just pre-shuffle, risk-taking. Attack, go ahead, glory favors the brave. I feel like some of you are just going to be more confident in yourself too and move towards whatever it is that you want to do. Now that you have this newfound clarity, understanding, you've made a significant change in your life and you remove certain blockages that kept things stuck for you. You know, all the previous failures are of the past, and now you could move forward towards success, which was the first card that fell out the deck when I started, before I started this reading, when I was shuffling the tarot cards. All right, let me see something else. No. Let me see something. It's funny because I just took off this other deck I used and I use it for the yes or no. I'm not going to be doing yes or no questions, okay? I still have it with me. And the Page of Cups, and then underneath the Page of Cups was the Queen of Cups. And we have the Queen of Cups here. Let me see what else comes out for the collective. Okay, I can't even see. That looks so weird. Thank you so much for the likes. So if you're new here, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader. Also, some of you are going to be very clear about what sorts of actions you're going to be taking too. If you're following your intuition, if you're following, like you're listening to you're hearing the signals, like in this metaphorical too. You know, like you may be getting certain things that are certain messages or signs and signals that are basically letting you know what actions you should be taking, you know. And it's like once you get the signal, you get the call, then you go into action. Two. Let me see if there's anything else. You want to go in this? I think I'm going to take these cards and put them to the side. Put them there. I want to clarify the Nine of Cups with the, excuse me, my eye is starting to itch. Okay, I saw the Ten of Pentacles. But let's see. Can you tell me about the The Nine of Cups with the Two of Cups. What does the collective need to know about the Nine of Cups and the Two of Cups? Actually, let me just shuffle the cards. Try to clarify these cards. I hope no one's feeling anxious, because I just got anxious all of a sudden. I hope. So the Emperor card again. If you're feeling anxious, take a deep breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth. So there's going to be some sort of clarity about some truth with the Ace of Swords, with the Nine of Cups and Two of Cups. Okay. Aces are about beginnings, ideas, new thoughts, new communication, but also about clarity, about saying things clearly. For some of you, you may be realizing that a connection that you have is one that is a wish fulfillment for you. Like you feel satisfied in the connection. You feel like the person sees you, they understand you. You see each other clearly. Look at the Queen of Cups came out. Either someone sees you as the Queen of Cups, or you see somebody as the Queen of Cups. Someone who's very loving, caring, compassionate. Some of you could be in a same-sex connection with the Lovers and the Queen of Cups coming out, but being clarified with the Queen of Cups. So this is someone who is like doubling down. That you're someone that is, or someone's loving, caring, compassionate, empathetic, empathic. Yeah, with the Hierophant and the Judgment, somebody wants to communicate about their emotions. Someone may possibly want to apologize too. Someone may want to apologize to restore something, to bring something back to life with the, let me show you. We have the Lovers, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups clarified the Lovers, and so there's something that, because now I'm looking at this like a love reading, specifically a love reading. Like someone wants to come forward, express emotions, possibly apologize to you. It could be somebody that you were committed to, could have had a serious connection, commitment to, could have been married. You could still be married. But some of you someone wants to revive the love and the connection, but they know there needs to be some sort of communication. There needs to be honest communication. There also has to be love and communication involved in order to express this, these emotions, or to even apologize. Someone may possibly want to reestablish your relationship so that it can lead to commitment. It can be one that leads to marriage or commitment in whatever you see, because not everybody wants to get married, you know. But it could just be like a recommitment or reestablishing a commitment, reviving a commitment to one another. Page of Wands with the Ace. So the Page of Wands is indicating someone's very attractive to the other and wants to build a solid foundation, wants to start from scratch, build things from the ground up. It's interesting that we had the Chaos card earlier, because there may have been some sort of instability in a connection. There could have been some sort of breakdown in the connection But with this, the person may be wanting to start things over, start from scratch, rebuild your connection, rebuild the foundation of your relationship. Can I get one card for Page of Wands? See, Justice. Some of you, this person, it could be marriage. We had Justice showing up at the bottom of the deck earlier. So Justice is coming up again. They want to restore balance. They want to bring fairness to the connection. But I think this is about, like I said, a regrounding. So with the 9 of Wands and the 8 of Wands, someone wants to communicate to somebody, but there's this fear that if they do, like I said, earlier said before, they may have missed the mark before, but someone may be hitting the target. Someone wants to make sure that if they do communicate, or they come towards you, or they travel towards you, that you will be more receptive and bring your guard down, put your guard down. Because someone may feel like you have your guard up against them. If they come towards you, they may feel like you may not be as open and receptive. You know, they feel like for them, they're afraid that they're going to be blocked by you. There's that fear here. They do want to come forward. They want to bring clarity. They want to bring balance. They want to communicate, possibly apologize. But there's this fear that they may feel like you may have blocked them, or that you will block them, or you won't really give them the opportunity. Like you won't even respond, possibly. Look at this. This is what stays in their mind. This is something that they're trapped in their mind about. I feel like somebody definitely is determined. You know, they're willing to put in the work to heal, move away from the pain, the sadness, with the 3 of Swords, with the 6 of Swords. And they want to collaborate. They want to work together. You know, they're willing to put in the work. They're willing to work with you. Or you're willing to work with them. To work out whatever went wrong in the connection that caused some sort of separation. Because there seems to be someone's like that. Yeah, they want to release the burdens. They want to release toxicity or anything that could have been a blockage in the relationship, you know, and have that fresh start, that new beginning with the Fool. But then underneath the Fool was the Page of Swords. This person is watching. They're watching. They're looking for information, possibly waiting for the right time to come forward to make their move. But they definitely want to drop the burdens. They want to move away from whatever was interfering with your connection, blocking your connection, was a burden to your connection, so that you could work together. You could go work, you know, work towards healing, work towards a peaceful outcome. But this is like, it's going to require like both of you being in that same place. Both of you putting in the work. If you're already married and you're trying to save your marriage, some of you might consider going to like couples counseling or couples therapy, I think it's called. Couples therapy, couples counseling. To help, you know, maybe you need some help to, you know, get your relationship back on track. Some guidance to help you like navigate whatever issues you were experiencing. I'm gonna put it like this. It's funny because I keep looking at the bottom and I see the Page of Swords, right? I mentioned that earlier, the 7, because they want to come forward. They want to be clear. They want to cut through the clouds, cut through the confusion they may have caused you or you may have caused them. You know, they've thought long and hard about this. But then we got the Lovers again. They thought about your connection. Oh, look at this, the Empress. They thought about your connection. This person also sees your value. You know, they see you as somebody they can have, like the Ten of Pentacles with. And even marriage, right here with the Justice and the Ten of Pentacles. That's like someone they could commit to. Someone that they know you're trustworthy, you're honest, you're loyal, you will put in the work, you will work together, you could build something together, you could create something new together. But it's a matter of both of you working together, putting in the work. Okay, so I'm gonna end that reading. I hope that reading was helpful in some way. Hi, Visita, how are you? Now let me get these cards together. Make sure I don't get them mixed up. Okay. I hope you're doing good too, Vivisita. Let me see what time it is. Now I started kind of late. 7:12, okay. Oh, cool. I'm glad you're here. Okay. I try not to do too much love stuff. I'm trying to, but you know, I've been lately channeling songs, so they're love songs for some reason. I should have brought a different deck. I was gonna bring one of my angel decks. I should have brought them. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into the Answer Oracle to see if there's any other messages. What other messages the collective need to know? Trust came out. Sincerity, respect, carefulness, support. Oh, I'm sorry, Ethel. Okay, trust. Sincerity, respect, carefulness. Destiny, responsibility, road, shackles. But I hope you're still applying to other things too. Koi, good luck, fortune, perseverance, yin and yang, ambition. Okay, that's good. So as long as you're getting the support you need, like during this transition, that's a good thing to have. Okay, sunset, decline, fade, aging. Follow instructions, instigation, and faith. Trust. Sincerity, respect, carefulness, support. I feel like some of you have to feel like whatever path you're experiencing, that you have to trust the process, because this is something that you're meant to experience. There's going to be certain lessons, wisdoms that you're going to be gaining. They're asking for you to continue to persevere, not to give up. Because whatever is meant for you is going to find you. Whatever's meant for you is destined for you. But whenever you feel like your faith is waning, make sure that you're doing everything you can on your end. You know, praying, but also taking certain actions that you need to take. You know, that's for your, you know, your highest good. Hold on a minute, because I just heard something. Hold on. Okay. Oh, my throat. That's a weird thing. Okay. Thank you, Ato. So let's see. Why is it? Okay. All right. I just realized I had the blinds open. Weird. I usually close them. All right. Let's see. Trust, 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 trust. I want to clarify trust. What is this trust? Sometimes you have to trust yourself too. Trusting yourself is the most important thing. Trusting yourself is more important than trusting other people. Which is true. Okay. So Page of Swords. You know, because when I first saw the trust card, it's like trust the process. And then we have the Page of Swords. This is a matter of looking, learning, watching, observing, taking in information, communicating. This is, I think I told you not to deal with anybody. So I'm not answering any questions. So you're going to have to look at the facts for what they are. You're going to have to trust your intuition, you know. So with this is about watching, observing, reflecting, you know, with the Seven of Pentacles. No, I'm not giving any reading. Sorry. If I'm going to do a reading, I will have a pinned comment and it will say if I am doing a reading, or the title of the live stream will say it's I'm doing a reading. Right now I'm doing a collective reading, so no personal readings. This is about reflecting, evaluating things on the past, your past actions, looking at it from a different perspective. Trust the process also. It's a matter of being patient. Waiting for your next, like it says, follow instructions. Waiting for the next steps. Waiting for the call to action that will let you know what steps you're supposed to take next. Yeah, definitely this is about trusting your intuition, trusting yourself, trusting angels, that you're protected and guided through this, but also that you're getting the proper support. Sincerity, respect, carefulness, support is there on the trust card. You know, but cats are also about intuition. Trusting your intuition. You know, the information you're getting. What is it drawing you to? What is it drawing your attention to? No, I want to know destiny, responsibility, road, shackles. What is this destiny about? What is this destiny about? But thank you for subscribing, Z. I didn't even, I just read your comment. Okay, so destiny. What is this destiny? It's like I go to respond. Destiny, responsibility, road, shackles. You know, you're responsible for yourself. You're responsible for providing your own security. This is a matter of you, because I'm looking at the responsibility. Responsible for yourself. You're responsible for taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, being secure in yourself, working on that. But also, this, whatever road you're heading towards, it's what's going to lead you to some sort of abundance. It's interesting that she's holding a bird. And birds, they're considered messengers. You know? They're considered messengers. And it's like she's trusting her instincts. And her trusting her instincts, trusting the messages that she's receiving, the guidance that she's receiving, whether it's from an external source or even from within herself, you know, is what's bringing her abundance. With the card, I think it's a cardinal. It's also what's releasing her from any like anything that's binding her that may try to keep her trapped or stuck, you know. And we do have destiny here in a cage. So some of you could be in situations where you feel like you're trapped, but this is a matter of you understanding that you have to sometimes you could be trapped, but it's not really a real trap. It's more so in your mind, also with your belief, and also with you allowing yourself to stay stuck in something that's unnecessary. But some of you may be outgrowing something and you're realizing that. You're starting to see the truth with the Ace of Swords coming out. Everything's about looking at things from an honest perspective, but also trusting yourself, not letting yourself get diluted into illusions. Seeing the truth for what it is. Allowing yourself to receive those messages, the information that's going to lead you towards your destiny, but also remove free you from any shackles. Because sometimes those shackles are all in our head, you know? It's the Eight of Swords energy when you think about the shackles. It's different if you're in prison, then there's different types of shackles, you know? So what is this koi? What is perseverance, good fortune, yin yang, and ambition? What is this for the collective? Time for koi. I saw the Nine of Cups. It flipped, but did it come out? Some of you, it could be like certain things you're experiencing now, and it could be from past choices. But then if you see and understand what choices you made and how things could have been done differently, like with the reflection with the Seven of Pentacles, then this is like what's going to liberate you. This is what's going to lead you towards your destiny and towards good fortune, you know. Also allowing you to be more balanced within yourself, but also reignite that passion within you. Because if you stay stuck in the Five of Cups energy, that's low vibrational energy, and you're not going to see any movement there. You know, like the past is the past. You gotta, like I said, take the lessons, take take the L and take the lessons. The L could be the lessons or take the losses, but you can't. You gotta go with the flow, and you can't do that until you come to terms with some sort of disappointment that you've experienced. Because there's certain opportunities that may be coming towards you or that are waiting for you that you're not seeing because you're crying over spilled milk. It's funny because like these cards got stuck. They didn't want to go back in. But we got the Four of Swords, which is having to take a break, take time to rest. Reconnect with yourself, reconnect with your faith. Take a break. Also allow yourself to heal. Because sometimes we don't allow ourselves to do that. But we have the Ace of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups. Because once you go through that process of healing, you can start seeing movement. You know, you could start to see things that you value, that holds a value to you with the Page of Pentacles, and that you'll proceed with your heart open, but also you'll be letting your heart guide you. Not the pain, but more so that understanding that not everything is worth putting your emotions towards. Not everything deserves to receive your cup, your loving energy. Not everything deserves you to pour into, invest in. Not everything you got to pour into what will fulfill you, will bring you independence, where you can see growth, where you can see progress. So there's with the, let me put it like this. Let's do it together. With the sunset card, something's declining. Something needs to end. You know. I want to know, what is the sunset card for the collective? Sunset. What is the sunset? It says something's declining. Part of me saying something's dying. Something's fading. Something is no longer, I want to say it's not aging well, but I also want to say it's reaching its expiration date. For you, some of you, if you're following, you already know. Like a new day is gonna dawn. A new day dawns. Something like that. After sunset. That's where the ace. Some of you are seeing that something is ending. Something's dying. But I want to know this card. We got the star. Aquarius energy. Certain things you're going to have to dump out. You're going to have to release. Look at the Three of Wands, looking towards the future. Like, what do you envision for your future? What do you see for your future? Collective. This is for the collective. Okay. Some of you know that you have to get out of your comfort zone because your wishes are going to come true. Whatever it is that you want to come to fruition is going to require you to come out of your comfort zone. Got the Two of Pentacles with the Four. Certain things you're going to have to release. And you're going to have to work with what those two things you have. Because some of you may be holding on to something that you need to release. Because you're holding on to it is keeping you stuck. It's not allowing you to move forward. Because at least with the Two of Wands, he's doing something. You know, he's juggling those two pentacles, trying to bring balance. But here, there's stagnancy with the Four of Pentacles. There's no movement. You see no fluidity. There's no flow. So something has to be released. So that you can allow whatever is meant for you to flow in. You know, there is a flow going in in this. You see, there's the affinity symbol. This is about going with the flow. This is not. It's staying stuck. So some of you need to release something, and that's where you'll see the certain changes. You'll see the wish come true. You'll see things start to flow in. But there's something that you need to pour out. Something that you need to release. Because it's no longer serving you. It's ending. It's already ending. But I feel like some of you may be trying to hold on to something anyway. But what you're doing is holding on to baggage, unnecessary baggage. You know, there's things that you need to release. You need to release. Because as long as you're holding on to that, You're not going to allow whatever is meant for you to, your hands are going to be tied carrying crap that you don't need to hold on to. But then you see this new offer, you're not going to be able to pick that up, or you're not going to be able to receive it because you're going to be busy with your hands full with things that aren't going to bring you. I'm sorry, Jade, I'm not doing any readings. See, so some of you need to release something in order to allow something new to come in. Oh, I'm doing well, Jade. I'm sorry I'm not doing any readings. But yeah, like, because this, whatever could be coming towards you is going to lead you to success. It's going to lead you to victory. It's going to lead you to abundance, a wish fulfillment. But you can't do that. You won't do that if you have all this stuff you're holding on to. Your hands are going to be full with stuff that you don't need, and you're not going to be realizing that something new is waiting. Remember, this is about moving, like getting rid of things, decluttering, creating space so that you can allow what's meant for you to come in. But if you're sulking and very much focused on stuff that you don't need to hold on to anymore, you're not going to allow yourself to experience some sort of success in whatever it is that you're wanting success in. It's so funny because look at this. The Emperor came out with the 10 of Pentacles, but then it's like holding on to something, but you're not going to, this is stuck. Like they call it, the emotional Uber is stuck. You're not moving towards peace. You're not transitioning into anything. You're stuck in this past, but you have to move away. You have to take control. You have to be fearless and know that you're going to be okay, that releasing this is going to bring you abundance. Remember, the 9 of Pentacles is here. It's going to bring you something even more stability, more safety, financial abundance, feeling a sense of belonging or home, whatever it is, because this is about family too. It's long-term stability. But as long as you hold on to whatever this is, this isn't gonna happen. So you could be the Emperor in the good way, where you make the right choices and you be more, make executive decisions about what it is that you need to hold on to and what needs to be released. Or you could and allow this, allow yourself to flow towards peace. Remember we were talking about flow earlier, this holding on it's not creating flow, it's creating stagnancy. The flow, going with the flow, the waves, the oceans. This, so either stay stuck and not allow this to come in, or make it the executive decision to make a choice to move away, release burdens, go towards peace, towards balance, balanced mind, balanced heart, so that you can bring something towards you. And look at the balance card. And fulfillment. You're going to be fulfilled. Wow. Okay. Like the temperance energy with Sagittarius. It's reconciliation, alchemy, transmutation, healing, moderating. But moderation is like a good way of controlling things. But not where you create stagnancy, but you allow things to flow. You allow things to flow. Then we also have the Empress card, which is also about abundance. And just so they say the 9 of Pentacles that was about to fall, the 9 of Pentacles is the Empress, Minor Arcana Empress. For some of you, you can meet the partner you're going to have all of this with. For some of you, this could be you. You could be the Emperor, or you could be the Empress. Or you could become the Emperor or Empress. It's just a matter of releasing what doesn't serve you, releasing things that are declining, that are fading, and follow that guidance. Some of you already know, and some of you may not be ready. You may not be ready, but the thing is, when are you ever going to be ready? When are you ever going to be ready? Everything starts with one step. It doesn't have to be a big, giant leap. Just take one step at a time. Release one burden at a time. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust that you will make the right decisions. The Emperor, he doesn't doubt himself when he makes decisions. He already knows. He sees the truth. He sees what has value and what doesn't. So he follows his standards accordingly. So that's that with that reading. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna end this reading now. So I hope all of you have a great day or evening ahead. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And if I don't, I hope you have a great one. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for possibly sharing or possibly subscribing. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Sending you lots of love and light. Bye, everyone.